Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 by James Tynion IV, Freddie Williams II. Everyone's got little Roman numerals after their names, and Jeremy Caldwell. And this is a crossover between IDW Comics with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and DC Comics with Batman. And it's really quite an interesting read. I had never read it before. It came out in 2015 and 16, and since then, there's been a Volume 2 and just recently a Volume 3. I've not read Volume 3, but I have read Volume 2 now. And this is a 6-issue miniseries. Obviously, our friend James Tynion IV from Detective Comics, recently Batman and Justice League Dark, and pretty much a lot of Batman books he's worked. I think he did some Justice League too. He's, the Scott Snyder protege. You have Freddie Williams II, who's done Robin. And some good stuff. So let's check it out here. The artwork is really terrific. Just you would think that they would get maybe Kevin Eastman or something to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles art, but they chose a more traditional DC artist who does Robin work. And what's happened here is the Foot Clan has showed up here and fighting, and one of the doctors here is recounting how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came in and saved the day to fight the evil ninjas, and she's telling Batman that the Turtles saved her, and he's looking at her like, what the hell are you talking about? Turtles? Are you nuts? And then, obviously, the Turtles love to eat pizza, and the split pizza delivery guys leaving it right there. Leave it on the street, and they're just joking around trying to get it. Raphael gets his little sword there and stabs it to bring it down, and Bruce Wayne is talking to Alfred, trying to get to the bottom of this, like, well, Alfred, what has gone wrong with Gotham? You have turtles in the city now, fighting crime, and Killer Croc's here scheming away, and he's in the sewers, obviously, and the turtles being, I guess, what are they, amphibians or reptiles? They're in the sewers as well, and they're like, oh, dude, what's this guy doing here? Oh, we gotta get him. And so Batman is at a facility and sees the Foot Clan, who are the Turtles' adversaries, and they're fighting away. Meanwhile, the Turtles are fighting Killer Croc and his men. And they're mad because Killer Croc destroyed their video games. As you know, they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They goof around, play video games, and eat pizza. And this is the main villain of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder. He's fighting Batman. And they opened a sort of parallel universe here to transfer into Gotham. And Master Splinter there is the surrogate father of the Turtles. I always get the Turtles confused because I'm not a huge fan, but I'm thinking just off the top of my head, the red one is sort of their leader. He's Raphael. Michelangelo is, I think, the orange one. Leonardo is the blue one, and Donatello is the purple one. And from what I understand, Raphael is the sort of leader. So Batman's in there, and he's like, "What, turtles? What is going on here?" And they're just eating their pizza, and they're fighting Batman, and obviously, they're the Ninja Turtles, but Batman is quite skilled in martial arts himself. So he's able to fend them off pretty well. He's got all his gadgets, the Batmobile, and he makes quick work of them. Master Splinter jumps in there and, tries to make the peace. And like I said, the artwork is really terrific. The way they blend, the Turtles are more of a cartoony kind of comic, whereas Batman is more realistic. And they really, Freddie Williams really manages to mesh it together, and after that, the Turtles are kind of talking about how awesome Batman is in his suit, and they love it. So Bruce Wayne's talking to Lucius Fox. Master Splinter sneaks into, you see right there, he sneaks into the Batcave and is trying to warn Batman they got to get back home and get Shredder out of here. And Shredder is making alliances with the Penguin, and the Penguin's trying to get one over on him, and Shredder's like, I don't care, I'm in charge here. The one thing I don't really care for this, the way they collected this, is there's really no definitive end. Like, it doesn't say, like, end of Volume 1 or Issue 1, here's Issue 2. It just keeps going. So, Master Splinter infiltrated the Batcave, and, of course, the Turtles see all the cool gadgets and stuff, and they want to play and goof around, whereas the Shredder is amassing his army. And, he's got his little vortex there where he can get more men to come in. It's really crazy how they have all these crazy alliances and stuff. And so Batman and the Turtles have agreed to team up and fight the Foot Clan here. And that's sort of the end of that issue. Like I said, it doesn't really have a definitive ending, but that's it right there. So, this is a sort of flashback to how they formed the alliance, because it kind of just jumps around where it has Batman and the Turtles teaming up, and this is how Splinter infiltrated the cave, and he's trying to give Batman a history lesson as to, who the Foot Clan is and how evil Shredder is, and, you need to help us get back home, and we need to take him with us so we won't destroy Gotham. So, of course, Batman agrees to help, and meanwhile, you see, he formed the alliance with the Penguin, and he's also forming an alliance with Ra's al Ghul, and, just sort of the same team there. He's an assassin. You got Ra's al Ghul in the League of Assassins. And then, of course, it has to have cameos in Arkham Asylum here of the Joker and all sorts of other villains, and sort of foreshadowing what's going to happen. And this is one of my favorite scenes right here. You have the pizza delivery guy bringing, 20 pizza pies, and he's like, yo, old dude, you gonna be able to carry that? He's like, young man, I once spent 6 months working at one of the most exclusive 5-star restaurants in all of London. I think you'll find I'm more than capable of carrying a few pizzas. Pizza? I mean, really, I offered to make a feast and they asked for pizza. Oh, teenagers, what on earth? Cowabunga! And they just come racing down on the skateboard, hits Alfred, he gets knocked down, and he's like, oh no! And the pizza lands on his face. I'm so sorry, old dude, you okay? It's still gooey. And Alfred's just beside himself like, these fools eating a greasy pie, and oh. And then meanwhile, you have Batman training the Turtles in the art of martial arts. And it's really quite terrific. And they all sort of bond here, the Turtles and Batman, and however, Raphael, like I said, he's the de facto leader, and he's like, this is a joke. We need to get back home, and because what's happened here is they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the longer they stay in Gotham, the more the mutant gene is going to wear off, and they're going to revert back to just regular old turtles. And he's flipping out, saying, you're goofing around training, and we need to get back home. We're dying, And he's also in the cast because he got his ass kicked by the Foot Clan earlier. And they're just going back and forth, and Raphael takes his cast off and is just leaving. So there's a sort of a splintering of their relationship, no pun intended, with, obviously Master Splinter. And then you see the vortex opens and Casey Jones appears, one of the Turtles' friends, in his hockey mask with his golf gloves and all sorts of cool stuff. And then it has, the Turtles, he's trying to blend in wearing his stuff. And this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole book, where Batman shows up in a Batmobile. And he says he wants to take him to Crime Alley, and he shows where his mother and father were killed, and that's sort of how he became Batman, because Raphael and his tirade had this preconceived notion that Bruce Wayne is just a billionaire that puts on the suit for fun, and he has no care for anyone, when in all actuality Batman has a reason, and he wants to help the citizens for a better life. And then the other Turtles obviously see Casey Jones, and Casey Jones is saying, we need to get you guys back shortly. We gotta go. You guys are gonna die soon if we don't get you out soon. And Ra's al Ghul and Shredder get to Arkham Asylum. Their plan: they have all the mutagens. They're gonna turn all the rogues gallery into mutants. Commissioner Gordon is beside himself. He says, "Well, there's turtles now. What on earth is going on? Are they friend or foe?" And he's warning Batman that they're all going to Arkham Asylum. And even the Penguin turns to Batman, because he was getting used by Shredder, and he's trying to help Batman. He's like, look, if Shredder takes control, I'm not going to have any more control, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And so the Turtles are just goofing around again, playing with Casey. And Robin shows up, Damian Wayne. He says, first on the list, tell me who you are and what you're doing in my cave. Your cave? Who the hell are you? Your worst nightmare. And Robin comes down and starts beating the shit out of everyone, even Casey Jones, who's like twice his size. And it's just terrific. I love it with Damian Wayne, Robin showing up, and Batman comes in and he's like, Damian, enough. These are our friends now. And he just goes, come on, Dad. This is ridiculous. He's got intel from the League of Assassins and is trying to give Batman the edge. So they're getting their plan in order. Robin and Batman are doing reconnaissance, and the Penguin is kind of mutated. And really, it shows the mutant gene with all the heroes mutated. You have, who's that? Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane, the Mad Hatter, the Joker, the Riddler, all of them, They're all there just causing havoc and getting completely overwhelmed. And Casey Jones is able to get the portal open, and he's like, all right, we got to go, guys. You know, we only have a few hours left. And, well, the Turtles make their decision to come in and save their friend Batman. After all the help he's done, they're going to risk their lives in the few hours they have left to help their new friend. So Batman gets this really cool prototype suit to get in there to fight Shredder, because really Shredder's shown that he's the most powerful of them all. And it's just complete action-packed nonsense here at the end. I love this panel where Batman's fighting Shredder, and it shows all the little panels of him going boom, boom. And it's really Batman gets a punch, Shredder gets a punch, Batman gets a punch, Shredder gets a punch. And it's a complete stalemate. Robin's fighting his grandpa, Ra's al Ghul there. And Casey Jones he goes back, and then he gets April, who I don't really know much about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I'm pretty sure they're a couple, and they help everyone. And so at the end there, well, that's it. They defeated Shredder and Ra's al Ghul, and they get the portal. April helps them get the portal, and they leave. And Raphael at the end, you saw in the very beginning, Raphael, ditched his brothers and Batman because he got his ass kicked, and he thought Batman was just, a billionaire playboy who was just doing it for fun. And he says, hey, Bats, this is for you. What? I know you lost your family way back when, but you got a hell of a good one now. I'm glad to have met you. And if you ever come around our place, you have another. And he gives Batman his mask there, his little headband, and his swords. And what a great display of honor there. And then Batman, Robin, and Alfred just reminisce on what happened, and puts the mask there, the end for now. And really a terrific story. I really loved it. And in this cover gallery here, you see, I guess issue 1 must have been so hard to get, because there's so many different variant covers. This is the main cover. Kevin Eastman, who's the creator or co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, did most of the covers. But you see, these are all the different variant covers just for issue number 1. Who did that one? Raphael, Albuquerque, Gabriel Delato. So many different variant covers just for issue number 1. And really quite good. I really like the Kevin Eastman covers because it's a bit of a contrasting to the more realistic drawings of Batman. I'll show you when we get to issue 2. But these are all just, like I said, volume 1 or issue 1 variant covers. It must have been reprinted so many times. So really quite terrific. There's more of like a cartoony Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover. And still, if you look at up top, it's still issue 1. And this is Kid Mikey. Don't chew with your mouth open. Yes, sir. Alfred's just looking on. So here's issue 2. That's Kevin Eastman again. That's Freddie Williams, issue 2. And then see Kevin Eastman, how it's more of like a cartoony, whereas Freddie Williams is more realistic. Yeah, really good. And like I said, I've read volume 2, so I will do a review for that in the future. I've not read volume 3, but I understand it just came out on trade, so I'm going to have to pick that up. And I'm pretty sure it's the same team still, James Tynion IV and Freddie Williams. So this was a bit of a longer video. I normally keep these like 10 minutes or shorter, but I just loved it so much I had to go in more detail of it. These are great, the little character designs. Like Shredder, how cool does he look? Right there, wow. Great stuff. So thank you all for watching. Let me know your thought in the comments down below if you read this book. And stay tuned for volume 2. I'll have that review up on the channel in the future. So thank you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.